This is a Philips power amplifier that you'd find maybe in a cinema or theatre. Sort of. This one's dated with the components in it in 1980. Bought this for 10 quid on eBay. It came with a preamplifier that's bolted into it, and things like compressor, tone controls, and little plug-in modules. All these. This is the preamplifier, and that board on the top is a RIAA equalizer for a magnetic cartridge. Trouble is, I'm not going to keep that on the top because that bolt actually bolts to the top of the unit, so I'm going to actually make that a separate unit. This is the power amplifier section. It's composed of, it's a mono amplifier. It looks like it's got a bridged output stage. It's got 4 output TO3 transistors. It's not particularly high output power, as in it doesn't produce a lot of volts output, but I think it's probably designed to run into sort of like a 4 ohm or maybe even 2 ohm load. Certainly judging by the size of the transformer and the output stage, I can't find an awful lot of information on this thing. It's got a little VU meter on the front, and that does actually indicate it's actually driving itself quite hard now, even though the amplifier is nowhere near clipping, as you can see here. But the purpose of this test is I'm just going to run a frequency response on this amplifier just to show you the difference between a HIFI amplifier and like a general purpose PA amplifier. It did actually have inside it, wherever I put it, I'll put it here it is, this transformer here, and that is a line matching transformer, and that's designed to take the audio output from the output stage of the transistors and step it up so you can have a high line voltage, and that's designed for transferring audio over a long length of wire, like if you were plugging it into a factory or exactly around a stage or a theatre. You need line transformers to get the voltage up, so you don't get so much voltage drop. I've removed that because I don't want that, and it's just extra weight because it's quite a heavy thing anyway. But yeah, I'm going to do a frequency response test on it just to see. Or just to show you what I get, really. Don't expect anything particularly fantastic, but it would be interesting to see how good it is. I'm running it into 8 ohms. Just trying to reconnect my connection back up again. Sorry about that. So I'm going to do a start from 1 kilohertz. I'm going to be my reference point, so I'm going to ratio that again, and then we'll run it from the full sweep like we did with the Technics amplifier. And we'll see what we get, and then we'll do some power measurements and see what we get with that. So let's start the sweep. Okay, down half a dB at low frequency. Nothing too awful. For reference. Okay, it's got a top end boost by the looks of it. It's up 2 dB at 6 kilohertz, 4 dB at 10, 20. Okay, at 20 kilohertz, it's up 5 dB. So it's got quite a big treble lift on it. This power amplifier, and that could be probably quite easily corrected by just adding a bit of input capacitance. That'd be might be interesting to see if we can get that any better than that. I'm not going to use this amplifier. It was really just something to mess about with. So let's have a look then at our total harmonic distortion. Turn the scope up a bit so you can see. So THD is 0.6%, which is okay for an amplifier like this. Let's see if we can increase the amplitude a bit so we can push it closer to clipping. Obviously, because this is a power amplifier, having to control the audio straight from the Hewlett Packard itself. So we're not actually into clipping yet, but let's give it a just squaring off the top now. Yeah, so at peak power, just before it goes into clipping, you see the waveform just starting to disfigure there. We're running also 1.9% distortion. So probably not audible, but you know, it is noticeable, and that's just check the ground connection. That's okay. I'm just checking see if it needed to ground the input on the Hewlett Packard, because it's on floating output inputs at the moment. So let's have a look at the power then. So it's 19.0 special. So it's making very little power. It's making about 25 watts, which is nothing really, considering it's supposed to be a sort of like a really high powered amplifier. Bit of a disappointment actually power up, but I would have thought it should be able to do a lot more than that. Oh, here you go. Got the input. The input switch does need to be grounded, so ignore my. It's about 55 watts RMS. And that ties up roughly with the sort of power consumption it's drawing. It's drawing about 300, 400 milliamps in the mains. I don't think we'll get any more out of the amplifier before it clips. I mean, that really is its beam end. So yeah, about 59 watts at just before clipping, about 1.5–2% distortion. So yeah, it just goes to show that sort of the hi-fi amplifiers are tailored to be a flat frequency response, and something like this, it's not so important really. It's obviously got quite a bit of high-end boost, but yeah, quite an interesting amplifier, quite a nice solid sort of cabinet, and I think I'll probably just make the other preamplifier like a standalone thing next to it, and it can, so I don't have to have it tied in. It was originally bolted to the top of this unit, and it's a bit cumbersome, a bit over the top. Anyway, thanks for watching.